Training. I had about 25 people in my training seminar. I remember sitting in training thinking to myself, nobody I know that thinks this is actually going to work out, except for my friend who worked here already. So I better work hard in training so they don't say I told you so. They didn't want anyone to say I told you so. So I worked really hard in training, and then once I finished training, I had to go do some training appointments. So I went to Canmore and I did a training demo. My first one was actually for an aunt and uncle. And I started the presentation, and I got about 10-15 minutes into the demo. My aunt stopped me. She's like, Angie? I'm like, yeah. She's like, these are really good. I'm like, I know, that's why I wanted to do the job. I thought they were pretty good. She's like, yeah, they're really good. I was like, yeah. They ended up getting like 4 knives and a fishing knife, and they were, thought they were really good. And I was like, cool. My demo was like all over the place because I was so nervous and I had stuff everywhere, but did the demo. Then my second demo was for my parents. Made my dad sit there. He really didn't want to see it because he was like, oh, I don't want to see this, but I was like, you have to because you're my dad. So I made him sit there. And my mom was still pretty skeptical. She was like, oh, what's this going to be like? And then I kind of got in the demo. As soon as I pulled the knives out and she started using them, she's like, oh. And then she starts cutting things. She's like, wow. She's like, Angie, these are really good. I was like, yeah, Mom, remember when I called you and I told you they were good and you said don't do it? She's like, oh, I just didn't understand. I go, you didn't understand or you didn't believe me? She's like, well, I couldn't see the product. Everyone has knives. I didn't know how good they were. I was like, okay, whatever. So I went through the demo. And then I did some more practice appointments, and within 2 weeks, when I was new, 2 weeks, I got 3 pay raises in the job. And I won a whole bunch of Cutco with this fast start contest we have. Then I came back to Calgary, and I got referred to one person in the city. Because like I told you, I didn't grow up here, right? So I was referred to one person. I showed her the demo, and she bought a spatula spreader, but she referred me to 10 of her friends. So then I called her friends, and I set up appointments with them, and I showed them. And within 2 months, I'd gotten 5 pay raises. And then in 4 months, I'd gotten 7, and I made just over $15,000 in my first 4 months, and got a scholarship, bought myself a car, because I didn't own a car when I started, so I got a car at the end of the summer, and paid for tuition in full. I went back to school in the fall, and at the end of the summer, I remember saying to my mom, I said, so, didn't work out, eh? And she's like, oh no, it's great. I was like, yeah, no thanks to you in the beginning. And she's like, well, I didn't get it. You said you're selling knives, I didn't understand. There's a lot of companies that sell things. And I said, yeah, okay. And the reason that I tell you my story is because a lot of people I work with went through something similar. They leave the interview, they're excited, they talk to somebody who doesn't really know or whatever their situation is, and they're not so excited. And they don't give that same response. And I love my friends and family, love them, but I'm really glad I didn't let them make a decision for me, because I would not be here 15 and a half years later if that was the case. There's actually a lot of things in my life I wouldn't do if I listened to everything my friends and family said. And for you, just to keep in mind, what's the only way that you can actually explain Cutco to somebody? Yeah, seriously, honestly, you sound kind of funny saying they cut rope and leather and penny. Like, it sounds weird, okay? They don't understand. And they won't understand until they see the demo. And I guarantee you, everybody you show Cutco to, whether you know them, like they're for a training or practice demo, or you refer to them, they will all love the product. They will all love it. They'll think the demo is great. That doesn't mean we sell to everybody, but they will all love it. And because they love the demo and they love the way you presented it, they're going to refer you to other people that they know. Okay, I'm a prime example of somebody who just knew one person, right? And then I got referred to a bunch of people in the city, and obviously that grew my business, right? So I sold just over $40,000 that summer. And then I went back to school, and then I worked as an assistant manager my second summer. I worked part-time around classes in the meantime. My third summer I was a pilot manager, and then in 1997 I graduated with my degree. I moved to Red Deer, and I ran my first office company in Red Deer. And then I moved to Victoria, and I worked with a company out in Victoria for a while in the fall of 97. And then a position opened up in Calgary, so I moved back to the city because I wanted to, because my friends and family are here, but an opportunity came up, and I took over this office. So I've been running this office now for 11 years, and in 2003 I was promoted to a division manager. That put me in charge of Alberta, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan. That's called the Canrock Division. 2007 I was promoted to the division manager of BC. So right now my role is I work with this office here, it's my office, but a lot of my duties take me to manage the offices from Thunder Bay to Victoria. So I run basically Western Canada at this stage. And as a rep I sold just over $100,000 of Cutco. Most of that was done just under half my first summer. The rest was part-time around school and being a manager training. But I've been responsible now for over $34 million in Cutco through people I've worked with, through this office and other offices I work with. So I'm a great example of somebody who's worked with Vector around school. I've done it full time. I've been every role as a manager. I have 2 kids, a son who's a year old, daughter who's 4. And, you know, personally, I enjoy a lot of things outside of the business, like a lot of activities. I run a lot of sports, that kind of thing. And I want you to know that about me because I think it's important you have an idea of my background and why I'm here and why I'm doing what I do. You know, I really enjoy the position I am. So what we'll do here is why don't we take, before I do the things covered, but let's take a little bit of a break because you guys can sit for a little bit. So why don't we do this? We'll take 10 minutes for you guys if you want to grab, you know, wash your break. If you want to just stand up, you can do that. If you want to grab something to drink from downstairs and bring it back up.